All right, last but not at all least, we're going to wrap up today at our one-on-one interviews with Don Craighead.
I wish I was as good at speaking as you are.
Don is the recipient this evening of the inaugural Lifetime Achievement Award from Robotics Alley.
I can make it.
Okay. We just like to make it as challenging as possible to join us.
I love this chair.
Well, Don, it's great to have you on stage.
Thank you.
And congratulations.
Thank you
I know
very
you've been
much.
hearing that all day, but
Well, I'm humbled.
you got to hold it uncomfortably close to you.
Okay, I'm humbled indeed. It's a great privilege to be made the recipient of this award. I never anticipated it. I'm just hoping that I can represent it properly.
Well, I think you've already done that. You've more than won it already. I would love to hear from you a little bit about Powermation that is here just behind us and what they work on.
Well, you're hitting my hot button to be sure. Powermation, they say, would, in fair expression, could be my baby. And several people have asked me through the years, would you sell your kids? And I said, well, give me a price.
I'd sell mine some days.
And so you have to make a little light-heartedness out of the way things are.
Sure.
But I did put together a company that had a lot of unique features and found its way through the industrial marketplace to become a leader in the industry. And along the way, we were a party to a lot of creative, innovative approaches to the way things get done in that industry. And we have several of our most important principals involved with us tonight. People like Banner Engineering is a company that was nothing when we started working together years ago. They were embryonic at the time. And today they are the world leader in industrial photoelectric controls, which is a very prestigious place to be.
Absolutely.
And just last week, I was down in Phoenix visiting with Hugh Schilling, who was the founder of Horton Manufacturing Company, another company's product line that we took on over the course of the early years of our career, and it too went on to become a big success with us. So that it was really the products that we were able to get our access to, and mostly importantly was the sales engineers that we were able to hire, who all had a big part of investment in themselves and went out and became problem solvers and application engineers for the customers that needed our kind of technology. So in that whole process, it was a whole new way of doing business, and it worked.
Fantastic. So we had a legislator panel earlier today. We were joined.
I sat in and listened to their comments.
Fantastic.
And,
so it was moderated by Margaret Anderson Kelleher, who
know her well.
Yes, and she, talked a lot about Minnesota High Tech Association's focus on being a real leader, continuing to be a real leader in the technology space. What are some of your views on that and some of the challenges that you see that we need to keep focusing on if we're going to maintain where we are and continue to keep going ahead?
I think that we've overcome the problem that we were all dealing with called overseas manufacturing, which was not to be taken lightly. It was a time and a place when it was a solution to what seemed to be the need for competitive manufacturing. I think now that we've kind of closed out that era, if you will, and we're bringing so much of it back, and we've got so much new technology like additive manufacturing to offer, that we will, with everybody's joining the club, so to speak, and sponsoring and supporting the same philosophy as a group, we can do it. We can make America great again. So I'm a great fan of the USA.
Well, aren't we all? Got a lot of students here today that are showing off their interests in STEM and robotics and engineering. What advice would you give to them considering getting into this field or continuing to grow their interest in the area?
Well, I do talk quite often with young people and work with them on their career choice and so forth. And I say follow your passion and do the things that you discovered along the way in your life pattern that made you joyful and made you happy with what was happening at the time. So my approach to anyone's career is find the type of work that really turns you on, so to speak, and that you can be honestly passionate about and enjoy every day that you go to work.
That's great advice for all of us. Is there a specific type of technology that's in play now that you're really excited to see realized that maybe at the beginning of your career you never thought was possible?
Well, you see, I was there long before the internet, and so the impact of the internet is so massive and all that, but even that impact is now being dwarfed by the thing that's called the Internet of Things. And that's nothing more, in my opinion, than an extension of the internet technology and all the potential behind it. And I find today when I hear about little young gals being trained in some of the technical things that there are in the area of apps that they can literally make an honest living out of it, I'm just really happy for them. And that's why I like to support places like the Works and the Robotics Alley, and there's a firm here tonight called Brickmania who takes Lego League blocks and turns them into memorial items for the industry of I can't think of the word. In any event, one of their people I noticed walking by in the lobby in the group out here, and he's won the Guinness Book of World Records, believe it or not,
Really?
for his work in the area of creating a do-nothing machine. Now,
I
a
like
do-nothing machine is very important because it gets the attention of the people that are wondering what to do or think about when they're in a fairly bleak opening area of a lobby of a company or of a museum.
Sure.
And he made his first display out at the Works, and before this display, the kids were ho-hum, what am I here for, and all that. Now that they have this beautiful do-nothing machine out there that goes up into the atrium, and the balls keep running around all over the place, the kids stand mesmerized as they watch all of that happen.
Wow. Sounds a very Seinfeldian kind of idea of a do-nothing apparatus.
Well, here's a young man that I discovered on the internet and met him at the University of Minnesota, and he finished his career in software. And I hope I had some influence over his choice of an employer, because I said, you really have to work in the area of toys because that's your passion. And sure enough, that's what Brickmania really allows him to do, is express his love and his passion.
Fantastic. Well, we are filling in here. We've got a networking reception before we move into dinner to honor you. So I'd like to close out by just asking you, what is it that has kept motivating you and kept you passionate in this space for your entire career?
That's a very heavy question, of course.
I had to end with the biggest question.
And it's not an easy answer. It's my family and the people that worked at my company. They were all so motivationally driven and such high performance people that it was hard to hang out with. When you're going to be an eagle, you got to fly with eagles, and I've been flying with eagles for quite a while.
So there you have it. At a robotics conference, it all comes down to the personal touch. Who knew?
Thank you.
Well, thank you very much. Congratulations again. It's a real honor to get to interview you.
Thank you, and thank you to the program here tonight and all the friends that have shown up.